Hello, guys and gals, and this is Vlog Friday for. Oh no, this is episode 58, actually. And, we do have points we could go over, but, I think it's more important that, I talk about something else. Um, I had some internet issues, earlier in the week. The internet service provider, it wasn't on their end, it was actually on my end, which I found out later. But, anyways. So I'm going to tell a little bit about that because I learned a lot. I actually learned a lot from that, and I think I should share that. So, anyways, it was Monday about 3 o'clock, actually. I will say 3 o'clock. I don't know exactly. I really wasn't paying attention to the time. But Monday would have been, I don't have a calendar in here, but okay. Let's see, if this is Thursday, it's the 12th, then like the 9th, I think, or Monday. This being Thursday, so about 4 days ago. And I just noticed my net went out. I didn't really think much of it. I just went down and I reset the router twice, thinking that, anytime you have a net issue, then basically Internet 101 is you reset the router, because we used to have this old router that was like 5 years old that we'd have to basically reset it every day because and then eventually, I think 2 years ago, Christmas, we bought a really nice router. And it hasn't given us any trouble at all. But anyways, so about 3 o'clock, the net went out. I didn't really think too much of it, because, well, it happens. So anyways, about 5 or 6 o'clock, after the internet service provider place had closed, I decided to call them, just to say, well, hey, I don't have internet. But they had a message there that a fiber optic cable had been cut outside of Chicago, a major fiber optic cable, and that basically everyone's net was out anyways. So I'm like, okay. I didn't really think much of that. So then the next day rolled on. And, but first, I didn't realize exactly how reliant I had become on the internet. And it's hard to admit that. And I just didn't know what to do because, well, I wasn't completely without internet because I had my phone, and it has the mobile hotspot, so the Wi-Fi hotspot. So I was able to do some stuff that way. So I went over to Dollar General, bought 2 gigabytes of data for TracFone, which was like $20. And sadly, none of the promo codes, the TracFone promo codes, worked. So I only got 2 gigabytes of data out of that transaction instead of 3, which was okay. It worked out fine. But anyways, so then I didn't know what to do. So first night, I didn't know what to do. I kept trying to think of things to do, but there really wasn't anything I wanted to do. So I basically stared at the wall until about midnight, and then I turned on the mobile Wi-Fi hotspot and did Microsoft Solitaire Collection dailies, because I do those twice a day. So that was the first day. And it made me realize that I had way too much reliance on the internet, to be honest. I think that during 3 months I watched 440 hours of YouTube or something like that. Then I think that's kind of excessive. I know because I was on this 3-month free trial of YouTube Premium. And so they're like, oh, well, your subscription is about to expire and you've watched 440 hours of YouTube content. And I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of shocking. And so, yeah, that might not seem like a lot for 3 months, but that kind of seems like a lot for 3 months. But anyways, the second day, the internet wasn't back yet. And I didn't really think much of that because, it takes a while to fix fiber optic cables. But that day, I actually decided to play a lot more Pokemon Go. And I didn't realize that you could actually play Nintendo Switch without internet. So I didn't even bother trying that. I didn't try that till day 3. But so day 2, I basically went through, listed all of my shadow Pokemon. I went through, listed all the Pokemon that needed candy to evolve so I could be working on those. And I created an SCP. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but I got a template off their website and created an SCP. So I actually had something to do that time. Anyways, by day 3, which was Wednesday, I called the ISP up again, and it was after they were closed, but someone got in touch with me, later. Pretty soon after I called, actually. It was really, really prompt. And they said, well, everything's okay on our end. It must be something on your end. So they suggested that I restart the router. It didn't work. And then he gave me some suggestions of how I could repair the router. But I really didn't want to do that, that night. Since I knew that was on my side, I knew I could fix it anyways. But also, he told me something interesting. He said that about the same time that the line was cut, a highway crew had carelessly cut one of the fiber optic cables outside of Chicago. It apparently it happens a lot. But at the same time, one of their servers went out that was probably affecting me more than actually the line outage. They said that, I hope it's okay. I'm sure it's probably okay if I say this, because they fixed it promptly. But one of their servers that resolves the DNS quit working, and they didn't realize it at the time. And that is okay. I'm going to try to explain this, but a techie could probably explain it better. Basically, their signal goes through a server that, I guess, translates it a little bit. That's the way that I would describe it. Anyways, that server was down, so the information was getting to my router, but the router wasn't understanding it, basically. So, and he said that, well, that was probably one of the things that was affecting me, but that should be fixed now. So, anyways, day 4, which was Thursday, yesterday, this being Friday, I did tinker with the router a little bit. And I actually went through and said, okay, well, how do I fix this problem? And they gave me, I got some walkthroughs and stuff like that, but it really wasn't adding up. And it looked like everything was fine. So that's when I saw a little icon that said log into router. It didn't exactly say that. It said to log into Netgear. And I kept seeing that button, and I didn't really think anything of it. So all I did was click that, and then it worked fine. So it's like, okay, that button was probably there day 1, and I probably could have just clicked it. But I didn't really think anything about it. So then I just went through all my devices, clicked the button, and it activated the Netgear Genie or whatever, and it said, oh, hey, these are your networks. And then that's when I realized that I actually had a 5G network. And it's like, okay, I guess we did get a high-end router if we have a 5G network. Now, I don't know how good the 5G network is because I don't think that I have any service that actually utilizes that. So I only have like one device on the 5G network, and I have like all my other devices just on the regular network, and I don't know how that works or anything like that. Maybe a techie can explain that, but my research showed that 5G basically is faster but has lower range, but since this is a home network, that doesn't matter. I could probably move all my devices to the 5G network. I think the 5G network just allows more traffic or something. I don't understand it. But anyways, now on the third day, was when I decided to try my Nintendo Switch, and it worked fine. I was able to play Legend of Zelda. I have been doing a playthrough of, well, not on my channel or anything, but just in my free time, a full playthrough of Zelda 2. And that really wasn't going so well because I'm to the final dungeon, and you have to go through all of these things. You only have 2 lives, and so I couldn't even make it to the final temple because I kept dying. So I kind of gave up on that and decided to play. And now this isn't exactly my game, but I decided to play Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Now it's not my game. I bought it for somebody else, but they're like, oh, go ahead and open it up and play it. That way you don't have to, when I send it, then I don't have to. Then the insurance won't be as much because it'll be an open game. So anyways, I played that for a little bit. Basically just arcade mode, and that's pretty fun. It's 7 stages of, stuff like that. So anyways, that was when I realized that, oh, hey, my Nintendo Switch actually works without internet. And I should have known that it did, but I wasn't sure exactly what features and stuff like that would work without internet. So that was fun. Anyways, I got internet working back on all of my devices. And so, yeah, what it told me was that I had way too much reliance on the internet and that I really need to scale back on that. Um, but it's a learning curve. Let's see. What I did do also was this was also the end of the third day, Wednesday. I did I turned on the mobile hotspot, the mobile Wi-Fi hotspot, and played Dust and Legion Tale. I got episode 11 done. That went live yesterday at 6 p.m. And I got episode 10 done, and then I got episode 11 done. Episode 11 is huge, by the way, because I nearly played it 2 hours and didn't realize it. It's such a fun game. I think that after I'm done with Dust and Legion Tale, which is probably going to be next month, I'm probably going to start posting Figment. I had footage from Figment. I had played it an hour, but something went wrong with OBS, and so like half the video wasn't there. I know because I'd paused it for a while because I wanted to the game glitched out, so I had to restart it completely. So I paused it for an extended amount of time, which usually doesn't do anything. But then I did unpause it because I checked the recording time when I stopped OBS, and it said an hour and 6 minutes. But when I went to the file, it was only like 33 minutes long. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to start all over again. I didn't get very far, really, because it's kind of a learning curve. It's really, really an easy game. It's just that some of the things I didn't get right away. Like there is a boss where I didn't know what to do, and he was throwing these fart bombs at you. So you have to then finally, you have someone with you called Piper, and she's a bird, and she's like Fidget is to Dust in Dust and Legion Tale, kind of a helper. And she's like, well, some of those bombs are taking a little bit longer to explode. Why don't you try hitting them back at the boss? I'm like, okay. Because I thought it was like a time thing, like some of those Mario levels. And I don't really play Mario Maker, but I do know that some of the boss battles are like survival. So I'm like, oh, maybe I just have to survive. But you just actually have to hit the bombs back at the boss. Really fun game, by the way. And it is intuitive and a very good game. A friend of mine, I think, helped support them on Kickstarter. So I'm like, well, I gotta check out this game. I had the money on Steam, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna buy Figment. I bought like all the games that the developer made for like $2.50 or something because they were on sale. Plus, I bought the soundtrack, which is amazing, by the way. In a way, Figment is a musical, and that's really cool too. There are some people that complain about Plague Doctor, there's one doctor that is based off of plagues and sickness and disease, or one boss, and a lot of people didn't like him because his voice is kind of screechy and high pitched. But I actually like that song, one of the best ones. But anyways, what this taught me is that I really need to use more moderation with the internet, and also that sometimes the simplest solution is the best. I mean, because I saw the button that said, well, log into Netgear, and and I just didn't, because I think what happened was, and a techie can probably explain this better, but when it was either because I reset I actually reset the router twice because it didn't work the first time. I had a little mechanical pencil, and you have to push the button in, and then for like 5 seconds, and then it reset. I think that, but before that, I still think that button has been there all the whole time. So I think that it was because the server that resolves the DNS or whatever broke down, that I had to re-log into my router, or something happened to that effect. So sometimes the simplest solution is the best. Also, it was a good way to teach patience. I found other things to do, and I did indeed create an SCP using a template they had. I didn't finish it, and then I was like, well, then I decided to change something, and then I thought, well, then this entire paragraph doesn't make sense because I wanted to change something, and so I might finish that eventually. Um, I did puzzle book. I got this this puzzle book that's basically falling apart. And so I did that too. So I actually did have things to do. I think I did that first night, actually. But anyways, it was fun, actually. So anyways, a lot of people probably won't find this enlightening at all. And I'm sorry about that. Always be yourself. And that's also really important. There will never be another you. So my closing thought is going to be to always be yourself. And to never give up hope. Times can seem kind of dark. I mean, I was frightfully bored without the internet, but at least I knew that it was coming back eventually. And it was something really easy to fix, and it was a problem on my end. I do want to point that out. It was never really a problem apart from the initial server crash, and I mean their server crashing, and apart from the highway crew cutting a fiber optic cable, it was never really the internet service provider's fault. It was actually my equipment acting up, or just me not seeing something very obvious that really, really was funny if you think about it. But yeah. So yeah. Also, if you are having problems, either psychological, mental, physical, there are always doctors, and there's always help for that, and there's no shame in seeking help. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for this video. I went 17 minutes, which is a lot longer than usual, and this has to go live today. So anyways, with all that being said, if you actually like this video and it helped you at all, then yeah, maybe drop it a like and subscribe for more. I post 5 videos a day, except I will say that I did miss Thursday Beats. I realized it about 9 p.m. last night. I'm like, oh, I didn't make that video. I really wasn't too upset about it because I had a lot going on yesterday. But I will say that I post 5 videos a day. I was without internet for 3 days, and I only missed 1 video. So that's fine. Plus, I also said that with that series, or any of my series, I can, since they're my series, I can basically cancel them whenever I want to. And so I will just count that one as a break. I will have Thursday Beats Part 30 next week. And it will be me singing Save Me by Shinedown. But anyways, sorry, I'm going to have to do the outro again. No, actually, I won't. I wouldn't put you through that. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.